Now joined by the head volleyball coach at Army West Point, Alma Kovaci Lee. Coach, thanks for giving us a couple of minutes today.
Thank you for having me, Zach.
Well, you guys were one of the fall sports who didn't have to worry too much about your seasons getting canceled, but it does impact spring practices. So how have you guys kind of adjusted from not really being able to see each other to doing everything online, virtual, and staying connected that way?
Yeah, and actually it was interesting because we were just hitting a really good time in our spring season, and we're very excited of Hannah running the offense, and the team look really good. Right now everybody's home and it's the right thing to do at the moment. We are connected almost every day. We had our first big group meeting, and then we had individual calls by class, and that was really fun. They're doing well. We also had our incoming class that has been offered and accepted on a call yesterday with everyone involved. They're surprisingly very busy, and we really talked about having a schedule because West Point cadets are always so busy. So now when you're home, that's a new normal. So creating a schedule at home and then sharing it with each other gives you some kind of a sense of an accountability piece, and they love that. So they've been working on having that accountability piece with each other. But everyone's in good spirits right now.
Well, last year you made it all the way to the Patriot League championship game. Fell short, but next year you bring back a lot of the pieces from last year's team. How is that falling short, that one loss and just finishing short of your goal of winning the Patriot League, going to drive next year's team to get to that Patriot League championship?
Yeah, I mean, Zach, you were right. The key word there was drive. And they have it. They have it in them right away. When they were done, there were some sad tears, but most of them were, they basically said, we know what it feels like. We are here. We can see the ending in this, and everyone's goal is Patriot League championships and going there and winning it all. There is a lot of drive, there is a lot of passion, there is a lot of resilience in this group, and I can tell that by the way they communicate with us, by the way they communicate with each other, and the team chemistry they have is probably one of the best that I've seen. So the drive is there, the passion is there, and the resilience is there. And I told them this, like, words: you do not worry about volleyball. It's like riding a bike. You're going to come back and you're going to be just fine. Everyone is in this situation. So don't stress about the volleyball part. Get the other part right. Get the schedule, get your schedule right, get your classes right, get yourself in a routine that keeps you busy. Because when you come to West Point, you are going to be busy, and you are going to feel that, not being busy to coming and being like really crazy busy with everything.
One of those memorable games that you had last year in your run to the Patriot League championship game was that thrilling 5-set win over Navy at home. Take us through that as it kind of seesawed back and forth, and then the nail-biting couple of last points at the end. What was that like for you to coach?
Army Navy, no matter how good you are, the emotions and the passion that game has, not only for coaches and cadets, for the entire academy, it just builds and builds and builds to that day. We always talk about let it come down to volleyball, but it's very hard to do that. So then you have to welcome your emotions. It's okay. It's part of life, right? It's part of the game. It's a big game. Both teams played incredible. Both teams played very good. I'm just so proud of our team for working together to the very end, and most importantly, trusting each other. There was this trust that from that game and on, it built and built. And that was more of a confidence booster for our team, that they looked in each other's eyes and they said, we got this. It wasn't always a hard hit. It was a lot of smart things that they did, which made us all proud. And one time I remember all of us, like my coaching staff as well, like just like out of the bench, like Allie and Stafford, and we're trying to keep that normal. I'm like, hey guys, want to sit down a little bit? Like, but all of us, it's just part of the life, right? Part of that game. What made it really cool was our fans. I cannot say enough of how packed Gillis was. The atmosphere that our fans brought, our cheerleaders brought to that game helped our team tremendously.
Well, we'll get back to that in the fall, and we look forward to getting back on the court. But right now, we're all doing what we need to do, staying home, and part of staying home for you is getting to be around your little girl. So, at a time when you're at the court a little bit more, usually you got to be home. What's it like to be around a little bit more? You're watching a couple more Disney movies, or what's it like? And how are you what are you doing around the family to stay busy?
Yes, this is definitely a new normal for us because with having Amara, I only took 4 days off and it was in season, so I came right back in there. I didn't necessarily know how to have this much time at home, so this has been an adjustment for us. In the meantime, I can't forget the fact that I am a military spouse as well as a head coach for Army Volleyball. So like we are a military family. For my husband is business as usual, right? So he's working. It's a lot of teleworking, but a lot of conference that is involved. So like trying to balance our work and having our daughter at home has been interesting in a way of like we just switch a lot at the time, and this is why you see me in the kids' room at the moment. But being a mom is one of the best feelings anyone can ever experience, I think, or a parent. She's funny. She keeps you busy. I have watched Frozen 2. The numbers of times I've watched Frozen 2 is unbelievable. She knows all the songs. She's only 2.5, so it's kind of fun. Now we're into Alice in the Wonderland and Rapunzel's from Tangled. So it's been fun. Movies that I really didn't get a lot of time to watch when I was little. We didn't have it. It's been a lot of fun being a mom and getting to know my daughter. So, and she calls herself mommy's assistant. So it's kind of fun.
Well, enjoy all those Disney movies and enjoy the time you get with the family. And we look forward to seeing you back on the court, coaching on the sidelines come August and September.